Good day, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today, and welcome to this presentation for Zija Life Unlimited. We're going to talk a little bit about what the need is today, what the problem is, and kind of what the solution is, and take it from there. You'll be making a decision today, whether this is for you or for somebody else you know. While you're joining us here today, please think about the people that you can help and the people that you have in mind. And not only that, the entrepreneurs that deserve to know more about this business because it's something that's going to change the future. My name is Ross Cordovez. My wife and I had joined and become advocates for Zija International. I will tell you why. The reason why that we decided to become advocates was, I've owned a construction company for over 15 years, multiple companies. I was a serial entrepreneur, still am. But I'll tell you, in the years that I had done that, the company owned me more than anything else. I did 14 to 16-hour days. My children didn't do without folks, but they did without me. I lost all those years of my children's life thinking that I should just provide for them, and that's really what my life and purpose was. Not realizing that really my life and purpose was to be there for them as well. There's a number of things that Zija International has done for myself and my family. It's given us time freedom. It's given us health freedom, and it's also given us basically travel financial freedom that we'll talk about today. Now, the great thing about what we're talking about here in the Philippines is that there's definitely a change that's happened in the last, I would say, 5 to 10 years in the Philippines. There's a problem today, and the problem is that basically our food groups, even in North America, but now in the Philippines, used to kind of look like this. And I'm sure everybody kind of remembers the fresh fruits and vegetables. You still have the roosters that are out there, outdoors there. But now there's a change of the way that we do things because, as you know, in the Philippines, everything is going fast now. We're all living a fast paced lifestyle, which means fast paced food, GMOs in our food. We have chemicals in everything that we do, hormones. It used to be that it would take 48 days to naturally grow a chicken. That no longer is today, as it is that we have to quickly grow them in order to be able to deal with how quickly we have to have things for fast food and other places because of the need. We have it as well that the fish are being farmed now instead of being naturally produced because of the need. Again, we have all of these things that we love as fellow Filipinos. Definitely having the sinigang mix. The only issue with some of these things is obviously it makes us our hearts go. I guess you'd have to go with the song that's kind of killing me softly. That's everything to do with these type of foods, and we know it. But one of the things that we do know as well is that we need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves because we really need to invest, right? Our hearts are under attack, our lives are under attack, and we're just getting more and more chemicals into our body. Hormones are going into our bodies. That's why the chickens look a lot bigger than they used to, and everything else is just we need to find an easier and faster way in order to eat. We've taken away the natural nourishment that we need. We need to definitely make sure that our food chain that we've been trained on, that it's very important to us, remains, but it's so difficult to be able to do that. And so because of that, it's become really an effect that we've all seen in the last couple decades of what's happened to our family members or even ourselves. You have it here that if the Bible in Hosea 4:6, it says, "My people are destroyed from lack of knowledge," which is so true today. One thing I will say for sure is man-made products of the big pharmacy, which is medications, is taking over what really is what we should be doing, which is God-made. Our bodies are meant to eat and drink natural natural things, and that's what it's able to break down. Our bodies don't understand medication because it's not real, it's synthetic, and so it's very difficult for our bodies to absorb it, and that's where sometimes some inflammation happens. You have all those side effects. You don't really hear too much side effects about fruits and vegetables, but you hear a lot about the medications. Sure, the medications definitely help to stabilize, but it's not necessarily always a cure to what diseases that are out there. Another thing here you see is the hospitals as well as medication is definitely a business. One of the things that a lot of people don't understand is that it's a $1 trillion business. We see a lot more hospitals growing in the US as well as Canada, and I'm sure this is the same in the Philippines, except in the Philippines you have to pay cash in order to be able to take care of your family member, which I find is very sad, because the thing is that if we just learn to take care of our bodies, which is easier said than done, we wouldn't have to worry and carry too much about medications that are out there. Okay, so we sacrifice our health in order to get the wealth. In order to get the wealth, then we sacrifice our wealth in order to get back our health. So we have to make a decision on what's really important for us. Your health is definitely an investment. It's great to be able to provide for your families, especially for any of those OFWs out there. But one of the things, like I said, it's very difficult if you're providing for them, but you're not taking care of yourself. And then eventually your health deteriorates where they will have to be forced to take care of you, which in turn makes a struggle for families out there. So what are we looking at here? There's a natural health revolution I'm going to talk about with all of you. One thing that I'm going to let you know, and I'm pretty sure a lot of us do know, is our bodies have a chance to rebuild themselves every day. Our DNA, skin, liver, brain, blood cells, bones. The bones, can you imagine every 3 months we have a new skeleton that grows in us? So this is what's really important, is that there's a solution out there. The solution that I talk about is something that is really just basic nutrition. The issue we have is it's too hard to take the basic nutrition we used to be able to do, is the fruits and vegetables, intake as much as we need in order to be able to stabilize what we need in our body, especially with the chemicals as well as the hormones that are in our foods today. If any of you have an iPhone, please take out your iPhone now and check to see and ask Siri, what is the most nutritional plant on Earth? I'm going to give a moment for somebody to just take a look at that and see exactly what it says. So again, ask Siri, what is the most nutritional plant on Earth, or what's the most nutritious plant on Earth? Whichever way you want to pull it, any way that you pull it, it's going to tell you that moringa is the most powerful natural multivitamin antioxidant on Earth. It does not contain 1 or 2 vitamins. It actually contains all of the needed vitamins we need, antioxidants. Moringa oleifera is very well known to really be the closest that you would need for anything. It's the only plant on Earth that has everything you need. And what do I mean by that? Basically, the moringa is the one that restores and sustains life. It's known as the miracle tree. 46 antioxidants, anti-inflammation that helps people with diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular disease, arthritis. When I say helps, it's nutrition that really helps, right? Bringing down inflammation. Omega-3, 6, and 9, which helps your brain movement. 20 amino acids, including 9 your bodies don't even produce, folks. This is so important that you have all the nutrients in your body. But how is this that no one else knows about it? Let's talk about that. God's miracle tree. We've talked about all the nutrients and everything that's in it, but this is the part that's going to be very surprising to all of you. If you take a look here, where the malnutrition is most prevalent, and you take a look at where moringa thrives, which is what we're talking about. Moringa is known in the Philippines as malunggay. Malunggay is the one that we know that grows in the backyards of the Philippines, as you can see here. And the thing is we all know that it does something very good for our bodies. But the thing is that in the Philippines, one thing I can say is that the Philippines moringa, which is also known as malunggay, even though it thrives in the Philippines, there's pollution and there is the moisture and the rain and the weather that really takes an effect on the malunggay, which doesn't make it as powerful and potent as the one that's in the Himalayas. In the Himalaya mountains is where the best has been grown. So this is why we're going to show you it's different. Okay, basically, moringa has all the antioxidants out of anything you hear of, mangosteen, barley, or anything like that. Moringa, you can see, has 157,000 of the count for the ORAC value. Okay, vitamins and proteins that moringa has higher than beef. Vitamins, see, it has higher than broccoli. It even has higher than oranges, acai berry, blackberry, and spinach. If you could imagine. 7 times the strength of oranges, than vitamin C you get out of regular oranges, and all of this. The other thing that moringa does is that it takes down inflammation. Now we all know that there's some inflammation that our bodies thrive on, but it's mainly the inflammation that affects our bodies when you do studies that really creates the pains and the issues that happen when somebody has either cancer or diabetes or even heart cardiovascular disease. Okay. The other thing too is that moringa is a true youth hormone, and it basically works to rebuild your cells, and that's the reason why that it's very well known to be something that a lot of us, even though as Asians we look young, we always want to stay young, and that's what a lot of people are always looking for today. But the natural way is a lot better than doing Botox, I think, anyway. All right, and then here, again, just going through it, one of our sachets that I'm going to talk about later on, it really carries 4 times the vitamin of carrots, 4 times the calcium found in milk, 7 times the vitamin C you'll ever find in oranges, 3 times more spinach, 3 times more potassium. So what you need to think is, in the one package of moringa or malunggay that we source out, it has all of this. It's a lot easier to take it in one package than it is to eat all of this. I don't know how many people can eat 4 carrots, 3 bananas, 7 oranges, 3 times more spinach, and 4 glasses of milk, as well as 2 times of protein and all of these almonds in one day. Not many people can do that and sustain it, and that's why you need a solution in which moringa can give. Moringa has all the traditional uses of medicinal uses. Some of the ones to really point out is, take a look, team, and everyone here. It normalizes blood sugar. It increases the mental clarity that we all need today, because we have so much brain fog with everything that's going on in our life because we're not putting good stuff in our body. Increases the energy, detoxification, because we need to detox, right? Eliminates constipation. It strengthens the immune system as an appetite suppressant. Normalizes the blood pressure and antidepressant, anti-tumor. These are just natural things that these products do. And another thing I'm going to tell you is, basically what you're looking at here is documentation beats conversation every day of the week. So everything you see here, 37,000 research articles that's backing it up, saying that, hey, you know what, the moringa is something to be heard about. PubMed.gov, which is the National Library of Medicine, they talk about how the moringa has helped many people with many health ailments. Keep this in mind, team, and everyone here, is that moringa can definitely help people. And it's really the products make a big difference. And you know what, a lot of the times people say, well, I can just buy malunggay or moringa and get it in my backyard or somebody else's backyard and take that. But this is the thing, is like I said, in the Himalayas is where they have the most potent moringa that's out there. We lead really with the moringa quality, using the leaves, the fruit, the seeds, all together from the Himalayas. Not only that, we raised without chemicals, shade drive, harvested by hand, and manufactured in a cutting edge facility in Utah. Quality control from start to finish. Okay. We also recommend that you're basically going with the core moringa products. Basically, I would explain this, really the best way to do this is as a car engine. As we know, car engines and vehicles can only thrive and run when they have the proper nutrition, I would call it, in regards to supermix being your oil, in regards to giving you energy, which is your turbo booster, suppression, to make sure that you're not running lean, right? You're definitely not putting any of the fatty stuff in your body. We all need to suppress our appetite when it comes to the fast food and everything else. And the last thing is that oil change, team. We need the oil change in order to run. The XMAM, which is an energy pill, also you could think about as fuel or the turbo booster. The detoxification is very important, team, because our intestines can really hold almost 32 kilograms of food for a long time, and that really can affect and make us suffer, and that kind of brings in that belly action there, right? So detoxification, meaning clean out the system, the T is the key, is what's going to help you through the day. All right. Let's see here now. With the super mix, what I can tell you is that one of these super mixes is equal to 32,000 kilograms of malunggay leaves. So think about the difference of what you would like to take. One of these pills is equal to 13,000 micrograms of the moringa product. So if you're looking at the difference in one pill, it's a lot easier to take one of those sachets and mix it with water than take 128 pills, which would be equal to, from other brands, which would be equal to what's in this one sachet you see here of super mix. Okay. And now the other thing that I like to say is basically our bodies, team, are built 70 to 80% water. Now take a look at what you see here. That's the moringa tree. It purifies our water. One thing I can say is that the main thing you need to think about, if our bodies are made up of 70 to 80% water, think about what it can do for you, as you're going to see what it does here with the moringa seed. It's going to crush it up, and that's just the seeds that he's using. That's not including all the rest of the great stuff that's in there that can really make it, great for you. Okay, so as you can see, it's getting mixed up, and then eventually it's going to go there. There's a time lapse in here as well to show what happens and what it does when it goes through there. And this is the amazing part, is that, like I said, these are in our backyards, but you need the purity of what it is that we provide that's really going to help you. Take a look at the right side. All of those toxins have been dropped and taken out of the body, and that's because of the moringa. So talking about, taking out and cleaning out our bodies need a chance to really clean out. The detox tea cleans the blood, the lymph nodes, the liver, the gallbladder, the pancreas, the kidneys, the intestine, all of the organs in your body gets cleaned out. The other thing that we have that's a product that's amazing is the 2-minute miracle gel that's there in the Philippines now. Very excited about this. It's a cleanser, exfoliator, primer, hydrator, toner, brightener, and pore minimizer. Made by Mother Nature, this has everything you need to ensure that you have the skin that you need, just like a baby. Okay, and then here we have the whitening serum. One thing I can say about the whitening serum is that with moringa has the natural whitening in it, and the natural whitening really helps for the body to be able to, look and feel the way that you want to look and feel in regards to just lightening the skin, I guess, sometimes when you have too much sun. This is so exciting. This was just launched in the Philippines, and that was on October 27th. Dr. Scott Johnson, if you look at who he is someone that studied oils for a long period of time. He knows what it could do, and he knows what it could do here. And basically, the essential oils, there's tens of thousands of scientific articles, basically, that's across the globe that talks about not just the aroma therapy, topical or internal use, but it talks about how if you take it in the purest form, it's really healing with oils. You just have to look up any oil in the, on Google to say, hey, which oil will help me with this? Which oil will help me with that? We have the clinical grade, which is hospital grade, and the only one that has the hospital grade out there is us. We can actually prove that it's cell active and permeable, which means that it goes right to your cell. We can prove it with just the active number that we have on the bottom of our bottle. As we know that, when baby Jesus was born, there was the frankincense and the myrrh that was there. That's exactly what we have here. And with those offerings, I can tell you this. If you look up any of these oils, it was the most natural way in order to help and take care of a lot of health ailments that's there. So take a look and see how this can help you and your family. We now offer the Basic 9 kit, and I'm going to show you some testimonials. One being mine, first of all, something that's so important to me. The reason why I became an advocate for Zija International is, I'll tell you this. I had no belief in it. I've never joined this type of company before. I just never believed any of it would work. I've been forced to kind of try different things. None of it's ever worked. But seeing is believing, and one thing I can say for sure is that I'm somebody that had, I still have scoliosis, 2 pinched nerves, knee pains. I'm the one that kind of sounds like that crackling when they're walking up and down the stairs. I have asthma. I smoked for over 20 years. High blood pressure since I was 28 years old. Migraines that took me out for days. Swelling that was unbelievable. And basically, I'll tell you that I was always tired. I lived off of McDonald's and fast food, as well as coffee from Tim Hortons every single day, because I thought that's just the way my life was. I didn't realize that I was digging a grave for myself. I could tell you that when it was introduced to me, my wife said, let's try it. I seen the money back guarantee. It said 30-day money back guarantee at that time. And I said, okay, let's do this. I'm going to prove to you it doesn't work. Little did I know, team, that basically I started taking the product even though I didn't want to. And I tried it. After 1 week, I'm going to tell you guys, I tried quitting for a long time. This is not going to be the same for everyone. Everyone's bodies are different. I'm going to say it again. Don't think that this is a number one cure. Think about this as rebuilding your body to get yourself in a better state and mind. After 1 week of taking the super mix alone, after a 20-year smoker, I quit smoking. After 2 weeks, I was thinking to myself, hey, you know what? My wife used to rub my back every night in construction because of the fact that my back always hurt. I always had long days, and it was very, very difficult for me to function. So she always felt sorry for me to rub my back. And I noticed after 2 weeks, I wasn't really asking her to rub my back anymore. And I asked her, I said, honey, did you notice you're not rubbing my back anymore? And she said, yes, I did, but I didn't say anything because if I do, you might ask me to rub your back. So that was a point. I think I really started understanding something is happening here. My blood pressure, I was on so much medication, it started stabilizing. I started, not needing the inhaler as much anymore. The pains that I had were really just subsiding. And that's where I said, geez, there's something about this. And I'm going to go into more about some other reasons why that I believe that Zija is something that everyone should really take and be part of, and think about the people that this is going to help as I give you testimonials. Bill Santos of California, USA. You have Myrna, who is our first $1,000,000 earner through Zija. Her father had many health ailments, and he became an advocate for Zija because it's really started helping him. It lowered his blood pressure. It really helped with his glucose levels. So she really became advocate because her dad Myrna Santos's dad actually got better. So, think about each person that you know. We have somebody else here that was on many medications. Her mom was on medications and she was basically spending 300 a month for it, and now she only spends 100 a month just on the super mix. Quite amazing story, team. Quite amazing story. You have it as well here with the Miracle Gel. You can see that the skin had a lot of problems for her mom, and now it's just cleared up because of the Miracle Gel. There's a lot of people we're helping here, folks. Alma had kidney dialysis. Patient since 2012. She just started taking the product July 12th, 2017, 3 times a week on weekly dialysis to 1 time a week. From $800 a month on on the dialysis to $100 a month. That is huge for anyone you know. Now remember, this is not a cure. We're not saying that this is going to cure, it's going to do that, but you need your body to rebuild itself in order to get towards the level that you're seeing of the people that it's changed their lives. The other thing here, you can see no more insulin. April 13th, his insulin levels here for Leo Martinez was 35. 35 for his sugar at fasting level. When he went back on July 26th, you can see it was 5.63. Normal, off insulin, living life to the fullest. You can see he's looking better. That belly's gotten a lot smaller. He's feeling better. And you know what? It's changed his life. Every single one of us, you're hearing a story about how it changed our lives. Think about the people you know that have eczema or psoriasis. Take a look and see after just 4 days of using Supermix, because you're cleaning yourself from inside out instead of putting things topically on your skin. It's actually cleaning inside to help your body rebuild itself. Think about the people you know with that. Think about this. Weight loss. We eat a lot of fast food today. Jollibee, Chowking, McDonald's, whatever it is that your fast food drug is what I call it. What can you do to help yourself? I weaned off of McDonald's and Tim Hortons because of the fact I wanted more. When I started taking the Super Mix, I noticed that I wasn't craving all the bad stuff anymore that I used to crave every day. I was more craving really just something good to eat, not wanting to eat as much anymore, and it really changed my life. And Vicky, oh my goodness, this person is in the Philippines as well. Look at what she looked like back in 2016. From 3XL down to medium large, no more meds, and off the insulin. Who would you like to be off insulin or off the meds and help them to bring their size down in weight? Who needs this type of balance in their life in order to live a healthier life? Who else do you know would like to live this life as well? They had a baby back in 2012, and then it wasn't until 2017 they got healthy, and I'm going to tell you, they were trying to have a baby again for years, and it wasn't until 2017 when they finally managed their weight and they managed their systems that you've seen that basically, they have not only become advocates. She's a platinum executive. That's Lorelei Toloso there. Platinum executive. You even have Joe here, who is a mailman in Canada, Vancouver, Canada. And I'll tell you, with them taking these products, they had a baby this year, and it was a true blessing for them. And it took years to happen, but thankfully it did again. And so they've been blessed with 2 children. So we must know people that have been struggling through the years trying to have a baby, and this has really helped them to achieve those goals. 1 week on Supermix, look at the baby's skin. We all feel sorry. We don't want our babies to suffer. Look at what she looked like after the 1 week. Think of everyone that you can help, folks. You have basically here Ryan from Ryan in the Philippines as well. You can see how his skin just cleared up just with the Super Mix. Babies are born when you can't have them for years. She has a child that's 15 years old before she was able to have another baby again. They tried for years. They finally balanced, and now she was pregnant. And this year, I believe, is when that little baby's going to come out again, blessed with 2. Just with the God-made product, which is the Zija Super Mix, the Malungai that's out there, team, that's really going to help you. Here's the Super Mix here as well. You can see it's good for anyone. A lot of times people ask, so it's good for pets and babies? It sure is. You know, you don't want to give too much to the baby because you're going to be wasting it. They'll just flush it, right? Because of the fact that the moringa or malungai is a man-made, God-made product. What happens is your body's able to read it, right? Your body's able to read it, and notice how your body can read it. It only takes in what it needs in order for your body to rejuvenate, and then it flushes the rest. That's the amazing part about it. Unlike medications, it takes time for it to read it, and a lot of times if taking vitamins or anything like that, you really just flush it out. It's because your body can't read it and break it down. How do you get started? Have you thought about whether you want to be a customer or if you want to be an entrepreneur? I'll tell you something. I was originally a customer when I got in and bought my packages. By the time that a week or two was over, I was an advocate. I decided I wanted to tell the world about it, and we did. My wife and I traveled throughout the U.S., and we also traveled through Canada and shared it with the many. As a serial entrepreneur, I can tell you this. If you're sharing this, you might as well be an entrepreneur in this, because we all need multiple streams of businesses in our life. One thing I will tell you is that for sure you want to live the rest of your life being as strong as you can, living the life that we call unlimited, where you are going for greatness. Something I learned in church this last Sunday is something that they had said was, God is our King, and God be the glory, as our King has said, for each of you should have greatness. And in order to have greatness, we need to believe we can have greatness. We need the God-made products and companies to give us the greatness, and that's why this is here. If you become a customer, you're going to help yourself as well as the many. If you become an entrepreneur in this company and you treat it like a job instead of treating it like a business where you just put it to the side, you treat it like a job and you work it and you share it with the many, I promise you that each of you will be able to really benefit, not only financially, but physically, from what it is that you're obtaining from the product. And how do you do this? Connect. The solution is connect, and wealth is inevitable. This is true to all of you. Think about your friends and family that are OFWs, that want to come home to the Philippines or want to travel outside of the Philippines if you're home, to be able to go places you've never thought of before. Remember when I say the world is your oyster. It's up to you. No one else can give you the greatness that's within you that God has promised except yourself. You need to pick that up. Make the decision today to become part of a company that's in the international markets. Become part of a company that can change the world one person at a time. How quickly can you get in, and how does this work, you're asking? Basically, take a look at this. You're not going to struggle where you have to look at buying into franchises. This company is like a franchise, but you don't have to put in hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars in order to build this business. What do? With Zija and Emeo, it starts as soon as 18,000 pesos. That is the best price you can ever use in order to build and start a business, an empire that you can call your own and help the people of the world to become better people, at the same time to live instead of have to suffer. Get in where you fit in, team. This is basically becoming a wholesale member. It's free shipping. I always recommend the 18,000 PV kit, because this is the one that you need in order not only become an advocate, take the product, you're saving over 5,600 pesos, but you're also getting 2 cases of Super Mix, 1 case of Smart Mix, the premium tea, which is the key, the AM pill as well as the PM pill that's going to help you sleep, 2 shaker bottles. Share if you want, keep it both if you want. Basically free shipping and membership. This will get you going for your business. The best part about it is that you have that extra case of Super Mix you can start sharing in the way of mixing it up in your shaker bottle and getting people to take a sip of it. We know that the malunggay that's in the Philippines is a little bitter. It's kind of hard to take, even if you've boiled it. Remember, when you boil malunggay, you lose the nutrients. Not all, but you lose majority of the nutrients. So here you're going to keep all the nutrients because you're getting it through the super mix, and it's really going to help each and every one of you guys out. Get in where you fit in. If you have to start at 10,000 basic package, do that. But all you have to do is think about, hey, you know what? If you haven't heard of this yet, imagine who's going to tell you. So your friends and family has invited you to listen to this webinar today to ensure that you get in where you fit in before somebody else tells you about it. Be the first of many that's going to be changing lives today, folks. So get in where you fit in is definitely the way that you want to do things today. And it's just like that, team. Get started today. Choose the kit that works for you. You're going to have the mobile app, Zija University, how to get started. Basically, we're going to talk more about the summit and talking about earning real money. The great thing about what we do is that you get fast start commissions. You're making money as you rank up. What we call residual incomes. You're looking at more money in your pocket every single week. Think about what you can do with the funds, because you're lucky. You're earning dollar for dollar in the Philippines for all of your hard work. Dollar for dollar, think about what kind of money that you can be taking home every week, considering that you're on these ranks and you're building your business. What can you do with the things that this company is doing in regards to team commissions, which we call royalties, in regards to fast start commissions is what we're going to talk about. Even though there's many ways we get paid, the most important is these two here, your fast start commissions as well as your team commissions, which is your royalties. So let's really take a look and see how you can become the next top earner. Basically going from diamonds to triple diamonds, crown diamond elites. You can see their checks there, millions to hundreds and thousands of dollars. Who's next? If somebody offers you an opportunity, an amazing opportunity, and you're not sure you can do it, say yes now and learn how to do it later. Get in where you fit in. Make sure this compensation plan is going to work for you, because it will. Let's talk a little bit more about the compensation plan. Fast start commissions, basically team commissions is all we're going to talk about, because that's the most important. We pay every Friday. Whatever you do for your work in Zija and your business for Zija this week, you get paid in your bank next Friday, US funds. That is huge for anything that you do. Direct fast start commissions, what I will tell you is that the moment you bring somebody in, they buy a case of Supermix, you're looking at 1875 US, which is equivalent to 1,000 pesos. Okay. So basically another one here, if you have somebody that comes in at 150 product volume, 2 cases of Supermix, they're spending 10,000 pesos. Basically, you're looking at 3,750 is what you're going to earn for next week on those 2 cases of Supermix. 2,000 pesos cash. Same goes here for the next product up. If they're going with the 3 cases of Supermix and the tea, this is equivalent to 18,000 pesos of a sale, and then you're looking at 63.75 in your pocket. There's more bonuses that we give out, and I'm going to show you this really quickly here. This is what I need you to look at. If you have 2 people that orders 10,000 pesos each of product, you can see on the left and right, you're looking at 3,750 US that you're going to earn for the following Friday. This is the best part. You're going to get a $50 bonus just for putting 2 people in at 10,000 pesos each. Okay? You're helping people and you're making money. How long does it take you to earn $125 US? Talk to 2 people. That's how quick it is to earn $125 US to go into your pocket next Friday. How quickly can you make more money? Hey, you know what? If somebody's going into the 18,000 pesos kits, that's these 250 PV is what they call its product volume. So basically, if they are spending 18,000 pesos here, 18,000 pesos here, you're looking at 62.50 US for each one that you've sold, plus a bonus of $100. How much does that equal in next Friday's pay? $225, team. $225. The last thing I'm going to talk about is the team commissions. Team commissions is royalties. Okay, royalties is what takes you to the next level. When I have a call center in the Philippines, I also have multiple businesses. When I get paid from these places, I don't get paid over and over again. I just get paid at that time. There's no royalties that comes from it just because I own the business. You get paid one time. In this company in Zija, the great thing is that they provide royalties. So when you're building this business, you're not building it by yourself. You have your own business that you're building, but at the same time, you have a team that you're building with that's above you with your upline as well as below you with your team. And with that, you get royalties from all of the people that are under you. 10% is what you get on the lesser leg. We'll be explaining that more in depth as you grow. The great part is remember there's two things that you need to remember. Earning those commissions by bringing people in, having them being customers or entrepreneurs that's going to join you in this journey of Life Unlimited. Also, earning the royalties that you're going to get every single Friday, basically just for sharing the Zija, the Moringa, and changing a life one person at a time. Let's do this, team. I'm very excited to see you all on board. Let's talk once you're in. And like I said, get in where you fit in. That's the most important part today. Have a great day, and thank you very much for joining us.